Martin Truex Jr. has the advantage as they come up the turn. He'll see the white flag one more time around. Martin Truex Jr. on the inside, looking for his first short track win, as well as a trip to Miami to try to defend his championship. The 2017 champion, will he get the bumper? Yes, he does. Here comes Logano. Logano on the inside, a drag race, they're sideways, and it's gonna be Logano getting the win.
Miami, baby.
Truex not happy.
Great job, buddy.
Well, and you see the thumbs up from Joey Logano, but Martin Truex Jr. thumbs down. Let's hear from him. He's with Parker.
Right, Rick, he was joining in with the crowd booing there. So, Martin, you heard the boos. You heard what Joey had to say. What's your thoughts on that move at the end?
He may have won the battle, but he ain't win the damn war.
That's it?
That's it.
So he's not going to get there. He's not going to win the championship.
He ain't.
How do you retaliate?
I'm just not going to let him win it. I'm going to win it.
You're going to make it the championship 4?
That's the plan right now.
And anything you want to say to all these fans out here that have come out and seen the show?
Appreciate them being here. They're awesome, man. This place is great. We should be in victory lane right now. But, you know, it's just the way it went today. It didn't work out. But proud of my guys, proud of our team. And, you know, everybody said we're out. Said we couldn't run good at Martinsville. We don't run good at short tracks. Our team's shutting down, so we can't make it to the championship 4. Yeah, bring it on. I'll show you. I'm going to show everybody.
Would you have done the same to him in the same position?
I was next to him for 6 laps. I never knocked him out of the way. We were going to race hard for it in my book, and you know, I cleared him fair and square. We weren't even banging doors for me to pass him. He just drove to the back of me, knocked me out of the way. So. Yeah, it's short track racing, but what goes around comes around.
Tell you one thing, that's a heck of an engine in that car, because it just took a heck of a beating.
Boyer and Newman going at it.
Well, we'll show you why.
Wow.
And what happened after the checkered flag between these two.
This is fun.
This is the All-Star race.
I love it. All right.
Wow.
And unlike other All-Star games, these fellas have to race each other every week of the season. Let's set that aside for the moment and talk to a happy All-Star winner. This is on the cool-down lap after the checkered flag.
Wow.
Well, obviously something took place before all this.
Bam.
But Boyer not
Look at
happy
Boyer.
at all.
Look like a machine. Which way did he go? Where is he?
Well, 14 shot me on the front straightaway earlier in the race. I just about turned him around. If I went into brakes, I would have turned him around. And then after the race, I just went up and tapped him in the back, let him know I didn't appreciate the way he raced me. And then he body slammed me. Then I hit him back a little bit on the back straightaway, and then he just cut across my nose in turn 3. So doesn't take much of a man to try to fight somebody with a helmet on. I think he should be embarrassed of himself, but we'll enjoy a nice cold Coke and try to figure out what we can learn from today. We didn't do very well with our 8 corners forward.
Thanks, Ryan. Matt?
And that was the version from Ryan Newman. So what's your take, Clint, of what happened on this prize fight here on pit road?
It was a damn sure surprise fight. I don't know what the hell his beef was. I thought he was a lap down. You know, our day was over. We lost track position there, got sideways, crossed up, and basically, you know, just buying time there and seeing if something's going to happen at the end. They got 4 wide off of 4. Hell, I thought he was a lap down. I checked up, and he run to my left rear, and that's the last I saw of him. And then after the race, he comes and runs into my back and turns me all around, and I pull up next to him, and he dumps me into 4. Where I come from, you get poked in the nose for that. That's what he got.
Interesting turn of events that have taken place to start this race.
Listen, when you come to a road course, you have issues with the same people, it seems, every time. Right here at the 18 of Kyle Busch, this seems harmless to me. He gets underneath the 24 of William Byron. I thought this was no harm, no foul. I don't think Kyle Busch likes it. A few laps later, he sends the 24. We saw him go through the grass. We weren't sure how he got there. He got sent by the 18.
Okay. I'd finish it off. Okay, coast it around. And if I see that 18 come back around here without you knocking the of him, we're going to have a problem.
That was Chad Knaus to his driver, so then you see the damage. How did he get the damage? After the green and white checker, you see the 18 slowing down. William Byron goes up and runs into the back of him to show him his displeasure. The problem is the damage is all to the 24.
And Steve, we've heard this before, the crew chief getting mad, telling the driver to react. Listen, I don't blame you for being mad, but you got to let the driver handle it. If not, you end up with situations like this. Now, who came out on the short end of the stick? William Byron has a car that's destroyed. You got to let the driver handle it the way he feels is best. If not, you can walk into a fight that you end up losing.
You've seen it all in nonstop, and the crowd here loved it when Bubba Wallace got behind the 18 and turned him.
Chaos everywhere around this 2.5 mile 7-turn road course, and it started with a 7-time champion Jimmie Johnson. We know the pressure, and you see right here Bubba Wallace and Kyle Busch beating and banging down the front stretch. A big shot by Kyle Busch. Bubba Wallace says, I don't care, you're done. I'm sending you into turn 1. And listen, Bubba Wallace might have become a fan favorite with that move.
Yeah, a lot of contact here, and both drivers very aggressive on the front stretch, and then Bubba Wallace, after the 18 went by him, just decided, well, you're not gonna go any further around this turn. I'm gonna spin you.
Yeah, and this was the second accident in a cycle, if you can believe it.
Yeah, I mean, we remember where Bubba Wallace was turned around in the carousel. I think we know how that all started. Seems to be something going on with these drivers throughout the race.
The other incident you saw was the 48 of Jimmie Johnson got into the tire barrier.
Yeah, I was watching that, guys, as we were all watching it under nonstop. And coming out of the inner loop, Ryan Blaney got a little nose under Jimmie going into the carousel. Little contact was made. Jimmie stood in the throttle, hoping to stop the car from hitting the tire barrier. Was unsuccessful. Hard contact with the right front. Here's a 48 radio.
Earl, you find his spotter and tell him to beat his Yes, sir.
Well, there you have it.
You heard Earl very nonchalantly, yes, sir. Kelly.
Of Brandon Jones moving into the second spot. He started 27.
You're kidding, 32.
Oh,
Big hit.
Natalie Decker is in the 54 and Spencer Boyd in the 20. Also Jordan Anderson involved. Man, that 20 is torn up.
We'll see what happens here. He's in the middle of the screen. The orange truck, he's going to dip below Decker in the 54, bounces up, just wasn't quite clear of Natalie, and she was holding her line, and they clipped Boyd into that outside wall.
Yeah.
That's enough.
41-year-old from Winfield, Tennessee. Terrific finish. And this is what got Ben Rhodes upset. There's the 0-2 of Dipple, kind of adoring him there on the white flag lap when we saw that Rhodes retaliated, and then Dipple came back and gave him a shot a couple of times as they came. And then afterwards, you see Ben Rhodes going back to try to get some revenge on Dipple. Had to be separated.
I think maybe
a little bit of frustration there, but it was just hard racing on the last lap, it looked like.
Yep.
Boy, Denny Hamlin just flying off turn 2. The car stacked up 3 wide, and Hamlin had a run. There he went. Off he went.
And they went by Ryan Blaney 2 laps down. Stenhouse, oh, this battle's not over yet.
They're holding you down tight your quarter,
Well,
quarter,
yeah. I also thought Eric Jones might hold him down tight to the apron.
That's what Stenhouse did to Jones.
Exactly.
You're on the apron, stay on the apron.
Payback.
These two guys are willing to mix it up a little bit here, it looks like.
3 to go in stage 1.
Woo! 17 comes up, gets loose. Some great driving right there by both of those guys.
Okay, that 17's going to have to not be such of a dumbass.
Oh, my. We just seem to tune in into most Opportune time.
That was inopportune.
I'm supposed to apologize for that kind of language, but like you, I was too busy laughing. So consider that.
You know what, you know what Hill's saying? I don't want to be between these two. They've got history already today. Sauter and Self-Street all over each other.
Tory Racing will run some Xfinity races yet this season with Austin Hill in the seat.
I think
Before that
Daytona,
later
right?
in the summer. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Oh, and there is Sauter. So we just saw Sauter move the 16 of Austin Hill.
I would guess that there probably was some contact that precipitated this.
A payback, possibly. He's running in the 7th position.
You talked about Johnny not finishing in the top 10 the last 3 races, make it 4 events.
You got to go back to the 2015 season, the last time that happened for Johnny Sauter, 4 straight outside the top 10. Well, let's see. We saw Sauter move Hill. Hill repaying the favor and put Sauter in the wall.
Yeah, there's no question that I'm sure Austin Hill didn't like the way that that he got sent down into turn number 1. And this is live.
This is live, so Sauter has just now wrecked Austin Hill. Well, that's not going to go over well.
No, I think they'll park Sauter for that.
Yes, indeed. So here is Sauter coming back to get Hill after Hill had moved Johnny and put Johnny into the wall.
I think
Johnny Sauter's day is done. Yes, he is being sent to the garage. NASCAR said that's enough.
I think the NASCAR hauler will be full of people after this race.
And what we're seeing right now out of Ross Chastain is called attack mode. That's what he calls it. He says he's referring to his owner, Al Lees, who tells the team, attack, attack, attack. That is how we have to race. Ross Chastain went to the back, and he's tearing through this field right now. 52 spinning on the track.
Oh, Matt Crafton and the 52 of Friesen. A little bit of contact there possibly, but Friesen certainly getting the worst of it.
Looked like they were approaching a lap truck, and it looked like Matt didn't want to get hung in behind that lap truck, tried to move Stewart up the racetrack a little bit. Watch as they're approaching the 0-2 of Tyler Dipple. I don't think Matt wants to get hung up behind him, see him try to drive in the middle of the racetrack, but Stewart said, I'm going to take that line. They get together there.
Two guys trying to take the same position, and it just did not work out. And
they're having a little bit of a conversation about it right now, it seems like.
Probably about 11 out of 10. That was just tough, hard racing. Our Helmar Silverado is not going to win the best appearing car award, but it was certainly fast there at the end, and picked off some guys and got back to the front, and that was it. Hard racing, product of that zip strip we got around the bottom, just takes away stuff needs to the racetrack. So we'll race on. Thanks to Helmar, thanks to Chevy, all my guys that kept my head in the game. Rick Crowley's an awesome spotter. Trip Bruce, we've been working together long enough. They know when to calm me down and when to give me a push. So that little bit of deal there gave me a little bit of a push, and we were able to get a top 5 out of it.
On to Canada, Alan.
Yeah, the other side of that conversation, Matt Crafton, we saw you talking with Stuart Friesen. What'd you say? What was the conversation between you two?
I just want to make sure we're all good and moved on. There's a lot of other ways we can do this instead of tearing up each other's equipment, and I just want to make sure he's on the same page with me, and we're going to let him be water under the bridge at this point. I cut him a huge break the lap before that. I got a run on him and got under him in 3, and I didn't know if I was going to wreck us both, so I lifted, and then the 45 ended up getting by me on that instant. And then I got down there in 2, and I got alongside him pretty good, and then we raced on the back straightaway in the 0-2. I'm like, okay, he's going to give me room. We're going to be able to go here 3 wide, and he just tried to peel me off on the 0-2, and I couldn't check up. But I think it's water under the bridge now. I sure hope it is.
And after round 1 of qualifying, Suarez went looking for McDowell to have a conversation, and Michael McDowell went after him. Punches were thrown. Crew chief attempting to break it up. Eventually they did, and they had a conversation. What was said, Jamie?
Well, I'm joined by Michael McDowell right now. You saw him, he had his helmet on, and it's almost like you knew that was coming. What happened on the track that led?
Heated words and punches thrown. Now this was the aftermath when finally they calmed down and talked it over.
And Mike, you saw this building. I mean, the time's running out. They have less time this year than they've ever had before in these rounds. And there were so many cars at the end of pit road. It was just a matter of time.